Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to Da Nang, Vietnam. As you can see, we are in a bit of an interesting room and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that in a minute. But first, I'm going to show you the property here at the Voco, Belle in Da Nang, Vietnam. All right, guys, we're up here on the pool deck, the rooftop. Look at this gorgeous view. Look at this pool. How beautiful. Zero depth right here. There's a towel area here. And look at this. It's so beautiful. The pool actually just closed. Restrooms are down these stairs right here and just around the corner to the other side. But look at this. My goodness. Absolutely stunning. No sunbathing. This is the perfect night. The sun has just set. Gorgeous views. The river behind right there. Oh, so beautiful. Not too busy down on the streets. And the beach is starting to pick up. This is the time of night where you start to see a lot more people. You look like little ants down there. But this is the gorgeous pool deck. Let's take a look all around now. All right, I'm on my way to floor number 25, which is where we'll find the fitness center and the spa. Let's go check that out. All right, so we've seen the property and I think we like what we see so far. So we're back here in the room and we're gonna check this out now. So we got upgraded. So there's a lot of people here right now. We did get upgraded with our diamond status to a bigger room space. And it is a king family room with bunk beds, which you saw earlier. So no, we will not be sleeping in the bunk beds, but it is a bigger room. It's got more space to it, which is really nice. We'll show you that here. But first, I'm standing right here by the door, and here is the closet. So from the front door, you come here to the closet. On this side, you've got your safe, and then there's some drawers here. Nothing in there. You do have a scale down at the bottom, should you want to keep track. And then on this side, because it is a room for 4 people, they have 4 sets of flip-flops, the ironing board, the iron, and 2 robes for the adults because they're assuming it's children here. You've got your luggage rack right here and some room for underneath for shoes. And then right here on the other side, just across from the closet, is the bathroom. It's a nice, simple little bathroom. You got the toilet with the buttons up top. It's a grow. Nice sink, and it looks like there's plenty of space on both sides for Rob and I to put our things. They give you basically everything for 4 people. You've got a mat in here, anti-slip mat, but then You've also got a hair dryer in here, so it looks pretty good. It is a nice looking shower, so it does have the rain shower here and just right here attached. So it's not on the ceiling, it's actually attached to the pole that has the handle. And then, yay, we've got shampoo, conditioner, and body wash, and it's all plant-based. This is a nice size shower. I know what you're saying. You're thinking to yourself, why can you see the bedroom from the bathroom? You're taking a shower and it's gonna be a party. However, thankfully, they do have these curtains, and you're just gonna pull those, and then you'll have your privacy for the most part. Right there, covers up. So you can no longer look in, although it does seem slightly sheer. You can kind of see light here, but I don't think they can see a person showering. So if you're a family and you're with your kids, Rob and I, no problem. But if you're in here with your kids, just keep that in mind when mom and dad are in here showering. All right, other things we have here by the front. Right here is gonna be your fridge, and it is a refrigerator. It does say it here, refrigerator, and that's the temp. It goes 12 to 14, and there's a little knob in the back there. You can go low, medium, or high. Just turn that to set. It's got lots of places, little nooks and crannies to set things, so that's pretty nice. And then in this drawer, they've got all these glasses, coffee, looks like some granola bars, tea, and all the accoutrements for the coffee. And again, since it's a room for four mugs, so you can have tea or coffee, 4 bottles of water, and a kettle as well. So that's pretty nice. Complimentary water. You can always call down and ask them for more. It is not advised to drink the water here in Da Nang from the tap. So make sure that you have a water plan, because you do not want to drink the tap water here. Like I said, the hotel will provide these for you. Just call down to the front desk and they'll bring you some more. Here is the desk area. That actually looks pretty nice. I like this chair. It looks super comfortable. And yeah, that looks like it's going to be a good space. Sit, maybe edit this video. It's perfect because you've got not just the outlet here, but some USBs, and then your air control is here. And let's take a look. They brought us some delicious fruit. And this is a mango, apple, grapes. And this is, I don't know if you guys have ever, I think I didn't show you. Let's show you a little bit better here. Mango, apple, grapes, and this is actually chocolate, it looks like to me. It looks like white chocolate maybe. And this one is an interesting fruit. Growing up, my mom and dad are Dominican, and we call this chirimoya. I think they call this like custard apple here. It's actually quite tasty. So that is pretty good. We got a cute little note, and this is a little box of chocolates as well. So we'll be munching on those in a little bit. So that looks great. Here's the king bed. It looks fantastic. I like that it's not so high up off the ground. I have a hard time as a height challenged person. When the beds are so high, I have to like take a little running scoot, you know, backwards into the bed to get into bed. So this is nice. This is a good height for the bed. I can just sit and not have to scoot myself up. And then the nightstand here, we've got you can do the do not disturb and the maid service here, or please clean, and then light switches, and then the universal outlet, which is nice, and then a little light there as well. You can turn that off easily. The sitting area is really nice. Got the little couch there and a little table as well. There is another outlet over here too, so if I wanted to sit here and edit, I could do that. Got a nice TV here. It's not huge, but it's a pretty adequate size. I think it's kind of a big room, so this might be a little small, I think, for those beds over there. We'll talk about those in a second. Look at the other nightstand. Same thing here, except here you just control the lights and you get the outlet there, and then the light switch here. So these are the beds, bunk beds for the kids. There is another light like this one right there. Honestly, I just didn't want to climb up there and turn the light on. I was not made at this age anymore to be crawling up into bunk beds. So there is a light up there, but it looks like a nice space. I bet you kids would absolutely love this room. I'm just going to use it to put our other suitcase on. So I'm going to put one suitcase over here, the front where the luggage rack is, and then I'll put the other suitcase here, and we can have them both open. Sometimes I have to slide one underneath on the floor, so I won't have to do that here. But this is actually a ton of space. I mean, look at all of this. It's definitely an extended room, and we have a city view here. The cool thing is that you get a view from here. You probably can't see it now, but you do get a view of the Dragon Bridge from here. So that's cool. This is going to be very beautiful. Mountains, and there will be some water off in the distance. We'll kind of get, I think, the best of both worlds, honestly. They call this a city view, but I did get a peek at it when we got here, and obviously we're going to see some water because there's a bridge right here. So I think we're going to get a little bit of the best of both worlds. So I think this is actually an interesting upgrade. We've never been upgraded to like a family room before, but this would be really nice if you came here with your family. You've got your bunk beds for your kids. You don't have to have like a pull out. You can still have a nice place for them to sit and relax. And then mom and dad can have the wonderful beds. So that's pretty cool. This is a great room. What a great option if you've got families and you're coming here. So that's very lovely. All of this beautiful space. So yeah, I think that's pretty good. I'm going to show you also, now I'm going to show you the breakfast probably before I show you my full review of the Voco Ma Belle here in Da Nang, Vietnam. All right, guys, so let's talk about the numbers for the Voco. I'm gonna start out by telling you that this is actually the hotel that we used for our meetup in Da Nang with people from our Retirement Travel Jumpstart course community from our other channel. So we did choose this one because it had so many good things going for it. So let's jump right into those numbers. First one is the location. Gonna give it a 10 out of 10. It was directly across the street from the beach, and that was really convenient to be able to just walk out and you're at the beach, boom, right there, easy peasy. And lots of things were close by, massage shops, restaurants, nail shop, all kinds of stuff right near the hotel. So you could get to quite a lot from there. It was a little bit farther away from the middle part of the strip there by the beach, but it was convenient enough, plenty of stuff right around. So 10 out of 10 for that. Cleanliness, easy peasy on this one, 10 out of 10. It was an incredibly clean property, which is interesting because it is right across from the beach. So you have constantly people coming over from the beach. They do have an area up in front of the hotel there where you can rinse off, but you know how people are, they don't always do that. You could see people coming in from the beach with sand on them and, you know, water and whatnot, but the staff was constantly cleaning. Unless you saw somebody directly walking in and making the mess as they walked in, you weren't seeing it. I was surprised because I honestly thought I was going to see it in the elevators and things like that. Really was not a problem. So 10 out of 10, they stayed on top of it very well. Next one is amenities. I'm going to give this an 18 out of 20. The gym was okay in size. It didn't stay super busy, so that was good. The pool was really beautiful. That whole area, the pool and the restaurant up above and the bar, were all really great because you had that, you know, infinity pool. So it just looks like you can go right from there into the ocean. It was just beautiful, and the views were stunning from up there. And then it was nice, they'd have like some live music and things like that up there from time to time. And they'd also have like buy one, get one in the evenings for the drinks at the bar. So that was really good. It was really a lot. They provided a lot, and it was really good. The amenities that they had were really good. The spa area looked like it was really nice also, although I didn't use any of the services because there were nearby massage shops and things like that. So I just did that with some of, the locals, because it was a much better price too. They were a little high from the spa at the hotel. So amenities, 18 out of 20. Service, 10 out of 10. The staff at this hotel was actually really great, especially in the rooftop bar and restaurant. Those were probably the best staff in the whole hotel. The front staff was pretty decent, but the staff up at that bar area was really, really good. So we're going to give them 10 out of 10. Now, as far as lounge, the Voco does not have a lounge. This is an IHG property, and we do have access to the lounge. So because they didn't have a lounge, they did offer us free breakfast, and their breakfast buffet is phenomenal. I am giving it a 7 out of 10, even though it didn't have a lounge. That's usually what I give it. If they offer us the free breakfast, I give them a 7 out of 10. So that's why it has the 7 out of 10. It doesn't have the lounge, but we did get an incredible breakfast, as you saw. It was so much on there. I tried to switch it up every day to eat something a little bit different, because they had so many different cuisines and so many different offerings. Sometimes I'd mix Eastern and Western, but overall the food was really phenomenal in the breakfast buffet. So that's why the 7 out of 10 there. Elite recognition, gonna give this one a 7 out of 10. They were pretty full. We were there at a time of the year where they were pretty much booked every night that we were there. And there were also, because it was a meetup with our group, there were a lot of people that also had status that maybe arrived a few days before us or whatever. So they did give people, we know quite a few people from our group that got upgrades, so that's really good. So 7 out of 10 for the elite recognition. Value, gonna give this one a 10 out of 10. Great value. We got great value for our points we used on this one. So I would highly recommend this one just on the value alone and the location. Next, sleep environment. I'm going to give this one a 10 out of 10. It was pretty quiet for the most part. It's not a busy area of the beach, which is, the location 10 out of 10, because you're not in the middle part of the beach. And in that part of the beach, there's a lot more like, parties and clubs and things like that. So you're going to hear a lot more music, and it's not as busy on the road. So you're not going to hear a lot of the cars. So 10 out of 10 for the sleep environment. The room darkening shades were really good, and the air conditioning was really good in the room as well. So overall experience, 10 out of 10 out to the Voco Belle Danang Vietnam. So that brings us to a total score of 92 for the Voco. So I do recommend this one. And we would return to this hotel because it was such a good experience overall. And pretty much the same thing we heard from all the people that were there from our group. We had 53 people there at the meetup, and pretty much everyone had the same sentiment. They just really enjoyed it. Everyone was like, oh, I hate leaving, because this was such a great experience. Everyone here was so great at the hotel. So hopefully this answers all of your questions. If you have any others, leave those down below in the comment section, and I'll see you guys next time.